Well, hey there, this is Jerry, and I was getting started on another episode of What's Broke Today. And today, I'm back with the Troy built, but this is for something that real simple. It shouldn't be a long video. I'm guessing probably be less than 5 minutes, but I'll drag it out if I can. But what we got here is uh, move the camera. When this thing is cold, and I go up and I set the choke, and this applies to any of these, whether it's a Kohler or Briggs Stratton, that has just a single lever that's throttle and choke. And you can even see it on a single cylinder, but you got to start it and it just cranks and don't want to start. So let me reposition the camera. All right, now what we're looking at is a linkage on the motor that's under the carburetor. And of course, we got our throttle cable. Brighten that up a little. So our throttle cable hooks here. This is our governor. There's the spring down underneath here that's behind everything is our governor spring. And this right here is our choke. And as you can see, if I take this, the choke is not closing all the way. So that's a simple adjustment. And depending on the mower and the motor, where this cable is attached is either a 5/16 socket, or it could be like I think it's a T25 Torx. But we're just going to come down here and loosen this up a little. And what I already noticed with this is it was already loose. It wasn't super tight. I'm just going to come over here to the side and pull that as far as I can and then tighten it back up. Which this has a bracket on it for a bagger, which I think probably pull. I'm using it I got the camera stuck to the bracket, so I was going to tighten that up and then come down here and see that's pulled all the way up. Then you watch, I'm going to move the throttle. I'm going to bring it down off a choke. And we can slow it down. Come back here and that's where we're running into issues is when I'm putting this on full throttle, it's applying the choke already. So I moved that all the way down to idle on the throttle. I'm just going to take this cable loose. That's a pain in the rear like that. We'll move to the lazy man's way. Called cordless. Just going to back that out. I'm actually going to move this cable down one hole. And actually, let me get my camera on my phone. I'm going to take a picture of that, but I'm going to put that back in the bottom hole. I'm going to look at that on my phone. And a betting person is going to say somebody has had this apart. And when they put the cable on, they put it back in the wrong hole. Yeah, I'm going to say that somebody's had this apart, and when they went back together, they put the cable in the wrong hole, because when I look at the holes where I'm sticking the cable, this hole on the bottom where I just put it is kind of shiny, like the cable's been in that hole before. I'm going to tighten that up a little and move this all the way to full throttle. Then I'm going to come back here and pull that all the way. Okay. Okay. Let me grab my hand ratchet. Then I want to tighten it up too tight with my cordless, because I don't want to strip that hole out. Okay, so we're good. Then I can slide around here and bring it off a choke. Yep, I still got to go a little farther, because I was trying not to overdo it, but I didn't get enough. So, okay, let's try that again before I hand tighten. And go to full choke, and still not quite as far as I'd like for it to be, but when I move that up at the console, it that plastic flexes a little. And what might have been happening is when I loosened this little bracket was turning to the left, and then when I tighten it, it'd start clamping, it'd pull the cable back to the right and take the slack and add slack. Okay. There, we're about there. That's pretty good. I'll get my hand ratchet and just make sure I got that good and tight. That's good. So I can move the camera back, and let's crank this and start it. All right, but that's how it should start. But yeah, and that's a common problem with these, that I don't know if it's cable slipping or stuff wearing, but you'll go to move it all the way to full choke, and it's just not closing the choke, And where the Kohler, that rod is on the right side of the machine, or pointing this direction to the cylinder on the right side. If it's Briggs and Stratton, it's on the left side and comes straight up. But you just move the throttle cable and watch and see which one, when you go to choke, starts to move. And I'll show you which, you'll know which arm it is, because it's the arm that just has a rod with no spring on the going to it. So, but yeah, if you come across this, most of the time it's an easy fix. That occasionally, the actual cable itself, like where the handle is, something will come loose up there. No matter what you do, you can't fix it. But I'd say 95% of the time, that little adjustment down there takes care of that cold start issue. So, but hey, I do appreciate you watching. That anybody out there's not a subscriber, better join on in, because I'll tell them what else you're going to see on What's Broke Today. Thank you.